Hi, my name is Kammy and I'm here to introduce you to, well, me. In order to do that, I have to start from the beginning. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my childhood and everything that I've been through that led me to where I am now. But I'm also going to tell you about my future and where I see myself going. I should start by telling you that I grew up in a pretty large family. My dad left when I was young and my mom worked a lot of hours to try and support me. So we ended up moving in with my grandma. Well, my grandma at the time was a foster parent, which meant that she usually had 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 foster kids living with us as well. Add in my 3 little brothers, and you can imagine how hectic it was in my house most of the time. Because of that, I spent a lot of time outside, away from all the kids and the noise and with the animals. We lived in the city, but we lived on enough land that we had quite a bit of critters running around. We always had dogs and cats and horses and hamsters and lizards and snakes, you name it. I probably had it. My mom, seeing that I was so passionate about animals, figured that that's something that she should push me to make a career out of. That's when I decided I wanted to go to vet school. While I was in high school working on that plan, my mom passed away. And even though I wasn't probably ready to go away to college straight after high school, I did it anyway. So you can probably imagine it was a pretty bumpy ride for me. I did eventually earn my degree, but halfway through, I realized it wasn't something I really wanted to do for the rest of my life anymore. I still finished because I'd spent so much time and money on it, but I don't think I'll ever use it again. Instead, when I graduated, I moved in with my boyfriend, and I started soul searching and figuring out what I wanted to do with my life. And that's when I found nursing. I dove headfirst into a practical nursing program, which brings me to my first object, a textbook. It kind of feels like my whole life has revolved around textbooks and studying and being in school. I'm 25 and I've probably been in school for 24 out of those 25 years. Anyway, I graduated my practical nursing program recently and I passed my NCLEX and became an LPN. After graduating, I married that boyfriend that I mentioned earlier and I got my first job as a nurse. And that pretty much brings us to my current life and my next object, which is my stethoscope. I use this thing every day at Kansas Rehab where I currently work. It's my first nursing job and I'm really loving it so far. If you remember earlier when I was talking about my love for animals, don't worry, I didn't give that up. My husband is a farmer and we live on acreage covered with cats and dogs and horses and cows and pigs and rabbits and anything else you can probably think of. I still spend most of my time outside, loving on all of them. But I also feel like I finally found my true passion in my career and something that I can do forever, and that's taking care of people through nursing. And that brings me to my future. What I have planned is to continue my education in nursing, get my bachelor's degree, and maybe even eventually my master's degree in nursing. But I'm taking it slow and going step by step because I've already spent so much money on my first degree and gotten out so many loans that I'm trying to pay as I go as much as possible through this second degree. But for now, I want to focus on my present and getting through the associate's program. And even that is going to be put on a slower track because of some recent news my husband and I received, which is that I'm pregnant. That brings me to my third object, my positive pregnancy test. While my husband and I have always talked about having a large family, we weren't really planning on getting started so soon. But that's okay. As I always say, everything happens for a reason, and we are beyond blessed and excited for this new adventure. Other than that, my future is wide open. And I'm excited to find out what else is in store for me. As you can see, my past, my present, and my future are pretty well connected. I still have a love for animals, and I still am outside playing with them all the time like I was when I was little. I'm still, unfortunately, in school, and I am still planning on having a very big family, just like the one I was raised in. I appreciate you all taking the time to listen to my story, and I hope that you feel like you got to know me a little bit better. Thank you. Bye.